Excuse the fan, it's staying on, it's hot. But DJ Vlad, he been getting some smoke lately. Not really much, more so from the YouTubers and the B, C list entertainers, podcasters, what have you. But he lied on the Minister Farrakhan, and he had to apologize for it. But other people have been getting other things off their chest since this happened, and I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, y'all giving Vlad the smoke, but is Vlad the problem, or is it you?
According to Wikipedia, Vladislav Lubovny, commonly known as DJ Vlad, is an American interviewer, journalist, director and former DJ.
I've already did videos where I talked about how I dislike the white liberals who y'all let get comfortable on the couch. Y'all let them feel like they're part of the family. Y'all do this dumb shit. Well, let's trade Stephen A. Smith for Max Kellerman, even though Max Kellerman told you, yo, I'm not leaving my privilege. Whatever that means. I'm not leaving it. But we do this thing when, whether it's Michael Rappaport, I see he getting some smoke because he came at John Boyega. Yeah, I really was in your feelings when he came at Janet Jackson a couple years ago. Deborah Messenger's got some heat, some smoke from Senator Nina Turner because she up there disparaging black voters. Y'all let y'all white liberals get comfortable, the Young Turks, so many others. They talk about black issues and black stuff like they part of the conversation, and I just they're emboldened now. And Vlad is in that party. He's in that group. He's one of them people that sit down. He's talking to Jamel Hill about why won't black folks go back to Africa. Like, why is the white man asking black people to go back to the country that sold us? Huh? Okay. But yeah, he's intergrained in black culture and black stuff. He is a culture vulture, but I don't knock the hustle. He saw something, a need in a market, and that was underfilled, not being filled. And he took a risk, and he's a millionaire off of black culture, off of hip hop culture. As he says, he's a guest in hip hop, right? But he's gone beyond guest status several times. I recall him, interviewing Colion Noir and, just doing, that bullshit at him because how dare you be a black man who's a business owner and a 2A advocate vote for a Republican when that's literally your business and your livelihood. How dare you just not vote for the other person or not even vote at all in your own interest? You, black man, don't have a right to vote for something that's going to benefit you, right? I remember the first time Lil Jamar was when he was caping for Obama, and he was pretty much letting it know, like, yeah, the stuff that Obama did helped him. Helped a lot of white people. A lot of white millionaires were created under Obama's administration. We don't know that. A lot of the millennials right now who got a mil or two or three in the bank, that happened because of the policies under Barack Obama. He did help out Wall Street and corporate America. He did. And Vlad benefited from that. So, of course, he's touting his chest and talking about how good he had it under his administration. I don't know how many black folks can say that, but, it is what it is. But I look at people now going at Vlad, where they should have been going at him. He shouldn't be a conversation or a topic, right? Because the problem isn't Vlad, the problem is you. We go up there. Black people talk about ownership. You see the beef between Charlamagne right now and Joe Buttons, and everybody trying to take advantage of the wokeness of corporations who rather give you a couple $1 million to a movement that you probably not even going to see the money, instead of actually hiring, paying better wages and making their company safer for people. Like, no, we're not going to do that stuff that actually will take a loss. We'll give you 0.03%, not that I'm counting anybody's money, of our business and let you have it and say, and then put Black Lives Matter on all your shit, so when you turn on the Xbox to play Call of Duty, they got a chicken blackface, but they talking about we support Black Lives. All the companies is on the bandwagon because it's profitable right now. The revolution will be monetized. It is what it is. But instead of doing that, they've doing this pander thing. And that's the beef you see between Charlamagne and Joe Budden was trying to say. Got issues with both of them, but that's a whole different conversation. But I'm thinking to myself, like, why? Now the Van Lathan, Charlamagne, Joe Budden, so many people in black media. Go to anybody from the Shea Butter Twitter crowd on Ebony Essence, the Griot, Black Voice, all that. Why did I go to Vlad and sit on his couch? I mean, again, I can't knock his hustle. I think his model is amazing. That's something that should be emulated and copied. For one, black folks going to get interviews from people who always popping and hot. You don't always got to do that, right? Watching the Bill Dukes interview, or I think that's his name, dark skinned old dude, and tell his story about colorism. I didn't even know that he was the one who did the Dark Girls documentary. Instead of, with all the colors crybabies out there, this black man didn't tell his story in the documentary. He told black women's story. But we don't have that conversation about how colorism has affected black men historically with money and power and whatnot. But we don't go there right now because they, fragile up that conversation. But he did that. And I'm like, how many black media publications and outlets going to sit down and have that conversation with him? So part of that is our fault. Like, I can't knock that hustle. We don't do the interviews that people who love or who not popping right now often. A true interviewer should do that. Again, why won't y'all Negroes, because again, Vlad coming at the minister, lying on him, that's his least offense. He's done worse. He's done more. He's had conversations about gang activity, and black men have been killed over it. Not that I care about either one of them, but Tommy and Tariq's situation happened because Vlad told Tommy that Tariq was there, or the other way around. He participated in that situation. I know black people don't like Stephen A. Smith or whatever, for whatever reason. But I'm like, listening to Vlad tell his story about how he ran up on Stephen A. and he was trying to dicky, and Stephen A. dismissed him like who are you? And of course Vlad was appalled and mad that this dude did not want to kiss his ass and dismissed him. And he talking about, well, I pay this big black guy with a gun to protect me and blah, blah, blah. Because, when I messed with Rick Ross camp, I got beat up and I sued and I called the police. But nevertheless, I hire a black dude to protect me now with a gun. And he's out there like, do you know who I am? My guy has a gun. Like, so, and I'm like, how do you have that conversation with another black person telling them how you had your security have a gun on him to threaten a black man simply because he just didn't want to talk to your bitch ass? A white dude couldn't have that conversation with me. Like, huh? Not a black man who's giving over millions of dollars to HBCUs and is the ambassador for HBCUs. Nah, and help black men get on and get into journalism. You can't have that conversation for me, despite how you feel about them. We can't have that conversation. Like, huh? Wait, so you want me to listen to you tell me how you was threatening another black man that's been beneficial to the black community? Huh? How, Sway? But we do that. We sit up there and listen to that. But because Stephen A. Smith is thrown in a coon container, we chalk it up. Ha ha. How many times have black men gone on Vlad's couch to disparage other black people for whatever reasons, politics? How many times has D.L. Hughley bitch ass been up there talking about Kanye or black Republicans and this and that? Huh? So it's cool, and that's how you let them in the couch. That's how you let them in the house, to come up there and talk shit about the black people. Hence why this whole conversation about staying on code and this and that does not exist in the black community. When y'all don't like a black person, y'all want him to get ridiculed. Y'all tag team y'all white liberal allies in to talk shit. Just because Senator Nina Turner got into Deborah Messer's ass don't mean it wasn't a bunch of blue check, ivory tower, talentless 10th niggas on Twitter who were happy that she was going in there, Kanye using her platform to do that. There is no code in the black community. That shit does not exist. Y'all will laugh and kiki and honk it up. How many black comedians, literally, Vlad goes up there, picks a black person he doesn't like, and has a conversation surrounded around trashing that black person. And y'all go do it. Again, that should have been, prior to his lying on the minister, a reason to say, why are we going up to Vlad? What are we doing here? Now, if it's transactional, I get that. The brother who did the voice of Lion King, whatever, he says he's been on there. He said his stock went up, his numbers was high. He got all types of calls just because he made a good business deal with getting paid over time with the Lion King money. That was transactional. That benefited him personally from going on there. But everybody else is not getting that for going up there. Vlad is a problem, but he's not the problem. We are. We all could pick any one of these fuckity-fuck fake liberal media outlet interviewers, Charlamagne, Joe Biden's, Vlad Lathan, name it. Pick one of them and say, We not gonna go up. Now I would prefer to have somebody that's actual neutral and independent and have real conversations. Not somebody who's just gonna use their platform to shit on people that they don't like and get you to kiki and huck it up with them. It'd be cool if we could have a black independent voice like that we can go to, have interviews with. Say we're gonna dedicate this person and make him that, and we're not going to Officer Vlad anymore. But we're not gonna do that. Again, Corey Holcomb did a little 15-minute joints going in talking about Vlad this and that, and he wanted to come on my show, but he wouldn't, and I respect it. He said, "Yo, you come on my stuff. Who are you?" That's how you're supposed to operate. That's how you're supposed to act. There's a bunch of people that's his contemporaries that went up there. Ari Spears, bitch ass again. He goes up there shitting on black Republicans. In fact, I think he, not saying that they're black men, but they're biracial men, but he went up there to shit on Keenan Pale, or whatever his name is. The two light-skinned dudes that did Get Out and all that. Jordan Peele. He went up there to shit on them, and he admitted he fucked up by doing that because he lost opportunities doing business with them. So you wanted to go up there and talk shit about them for having white wives or having white friends and this and that, and then you screwed yourself over in the future. You thought it was cool to go up there on a white dude couch and shuck it up about them, and it hurt you financially. You lost out on money because of it. Come on. Vlad isn't the problem. You niggas are. Y'all still going up there doing interviews. It's too many black people he done had beef with, done had violent situations happen with, for y'all to keep going up there talking to this man. And his entire catalog is off of black culture, hip hop news and media. He's no different, and I'm not a fan of the Shade Room or War Star Hip Hop. There's a lot of garbage in that, but I'm saying he's in that same boat, and yet he about to surpass both of them off of y'all dime. Y'all don't have to go up there. Y'all can pick anybody and make that y'all platform and go to that person and give them the views and elevate that black person, but y'all don't do that. The white ISIS code, it's so many things and conversations and stuff that we can't control, right? We are locked out of certain businesses and opportunities. We're not even close to getting anywhere in the door and situation, but this is something we totally have 100% control. Stop going to Officer Vlad. We can do that. That's something that unanimously, black, white, conservative, Republican, Democrat, whatever, Hotep, non-magical, magical, whoever, y'all can make that declaration. We're not going up there no more. But there's no code. And I was just listening to Mace Jackson today, and he was talking about what's going on in Chicago with lobbyists, and how this is like the black congressional the black congressional Congress in Chicago, and how a bunch of white dudes is about to make a bunch of money off of this whole Tanner thing, and they about to be lobbyists for black law firms, and ain't no black people gonna eat off that, and all these white dudes in Chicago about to eat. We have a problem, Houston. I don't knock the beef between Charlamagne or Joe Budden. They're doing their thing differently, but I understand the sentiment in their argument. Joe Budden's like, yo, we need ownership. Charlamagne's like, nope, I'm gonna keep my head down and get these bags and do my own thing later on. I don't think either one of them are wrong. Do it your way. But yeah, that's just my video. I saw the little smoke that they was giving your boy Vlad. Not the, because Vlad is still, even though he's Russian, he's still a 3-letter alphabet person, right? He's still one of them. I heard he say he gonna talk to Nick Cannon later. Like what that mean? Huh? That's a whole other story. Nick Cannon in the picture later apologized. We get it. We know what it's about. It is what it is. But I'm gonna go talk to Nick Cannon later. Like what? And I can't even care to defend Nick on the situation because, again, he's used his platform to shit on other black people, to not invite people because of their political views. That code thing does not exist. You should not be disparaging another black person, especially if they have receipts of doing stuff for their community, despite how you feel about them. There's a lot of these people that I don't like, but yo, you've done the work, you've got receipts. I can't knock that. We so quick to cancel and dismiss each other. It is what it is. But then we elevate these white liberals, let them sit on the couch to get comfortable. Vlad feel comfortable asking Jamel Hill, why won't y'all go back to Africa? Like, what? Motherfucker? Vlad got the nerve to say, well, I changed my mind on reparations. At first, I didn't think it should be a check. Now, maybe it should be. Like, why are you in that conversation, my guy? Oh, because, Another thing I forgot I was going to say, and I said this before, Lord Jamar, Royce the 5'9", said to Lord Jamar, which I thought was some bitch ass shit. I did the video, Eminem, Obi Trice, all these black men look like bitches standing up, threatening other black men over Eminem. I like Griselda, and they're from Buffalo, Conway, and them boys, and they said some dumb shit. I'm like, whatever. They from my hood, and yet they up here talking about they ready to battle and literally, not battle, but go on wax for people to defend Eminem. And I'm like, really? Like this? Come on. I get it. He's your boss, whatever. But I had an issue when Royce the 5'9" came on there talking about Lord Jamar. You look funny up here sitting on this white dude's couch doing blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, but you're doing the same thing for Eminem. Lord Jamar is a commentator. He's giving his opinion on the culture and hip hop, and yet you going to threaten this man because he doesn't like your boss. You sitting funny, looking kind of weird. Like, again, I understand if you got people that have been there with you from the streets and you got their back, they got yours, and it's bigger than hip hop or money or whatever. But to publicly come out and threaten other black men over that person when they can go at it on their own, that's weird to me. Especially in this whole pro-blackity black thing that's going on. And everybody, 50, Nas 50 years old, Jay-Z 50 years old, and they want to do positive black content now. Okay, I smell you. Jay-Z does another song where he's bragging about his white friends again. But that's my video. Y'all gonna keep going to Vlad, it don't matter. He gonna make another meal off of black content. He gonna have other people come on and chuck it up and laugh and hee caca about other black people. He can lie on the minister and say things where he had to retract because he knew what he was doing was wrong. And he still gonna go sit on his couch. Jamel Hill been on there like 10 times and like, I don't know how long. It is what it is. We'll never learn.
I'm Vlad from VladTV. He goes, oh, okay. I showed him, like, on the phone. I said, yeah, we cover you quite a bit. And his answer was like, yeah, everybody does. And it was like this moment where I'm like, well, not everyone has 3 million people a day that also tune in. Like, I'm thinking this, like, I'm not just some random blog here,
Right.
We
got some shit.
We got something.
We got what you got.
Yeah, like your network plays our stuff.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm like, and I was just so stunned by that answer. And I'm like, I got my security with me, who's got a gun on him and he's by himself. And I'm like, I could really say something ignorant right now with no repercussions.
My point to you.
But I didn't say, I said.
My point, that revenge. Right?
Yeah.
It would have brought you no joy.
It would have brought me no joy. And I'm also, I'm invited to all the Jordan parties when, like, my man, Reggie Saunders at Jordan Brand has always treated me good. So for me to turn around and act like a jackass at a Jordan party was not something that I'm trying to do in my life. But I'm like, yo, man, like we're all working here. He goes, and he's trying to, yeah, no, I get that. And he, I think he realized what he said was just like real, jackass like. And
egotistical.
We just sort of I like, all right, man, I just turn around and I'm like, yo, that's some real asshole shit to just someone who's actually telling you that they support you.
Also, Vlad, you got to admit, you were also ready for him to be an asshole.
Not so much.
No, a lot of people.
Not so much.
Like, people want Charles Barkley to throw him through a plain glass window.
Really? Not me.
I know, but some people,
not me, man.
Like they did Como. What's my man Como? Like they poked the bear. And
but I was not poking Stephen A. Smith. In fact, I was telling him that we're supporters of his brand.
Yeah, then he probably was just feeling himself.
Yeah. Like I said, Jordan just walked by. And
Right.
Turn around to say what's up to him. Like,
the king spoke to
the king spoke to him and not me. So I guess clearly I'm not as important as him. But it was really a very strange moment in my life where it was like, yo, Like that was so unnecessary, so rude.
You see how it is though, being by yourself.
And here I've got a platform to talk bad about you now.
But
and millions of people will listen to it.
But you're not that cat. And it's just, you got to understand, Steve, he's by himself. He's a solo artist.
Yeah.
He's a solo artist with no manager to take the light.
Yeah.
There's no flunkies over to go. So it literally, the good and the bad is on him at all times.
Because in my mind, the first thing I thought was, you're speaking really recklessly to someone that you don't know at all. You don't know what my temperament is. You don't know how.
But your environment, you were there, so he would think that you would vet it to be
in a Jordan party, I suppose. But here I am. I've got this big monster next to me with a pistol on him. Like,
right.
You're not speaking to a ball boy. Like
right.
you're speaking to someone who
right.
has a certain level of power and money and so forth. Like you're pissing someone off for no good reason.
Right.
You're creating an enemy out of the blue that you did not have 5 minutes ago.
It's all perspective on what it is, too. And understand, like I said to somebody, I said, just like LeBron needed a break and Carmelo's coming back and saying the break was needed, I think Steve, and that's the problem in television.